Hey, Ken Goldie here. It's nice to see you again. Happy fall wherever you are. I hope you're enjoying beautiful, balmy weather, cool breezes, changing of the leaves, and all that beauty that comes with fall. I want to talk today about how the FAST way can work in a sales situation. I want to point it out for both a sales manager role and a salesperson role. I was on the phone with a client the other day and we were talking about sales managers. And we were talking about how when the sales manager walks into the office where the sales team is in the morning, there's about a 2-minute window there where the sales manager's physical presence, I talk a lot in the FAST way about your physical leadership presence, where the sales manager's physical presence can set the tone for the entire day. That if the sales manager walks in a bad mood, grumpy and scowling, and kind of stomps to his or her office, the sales team feels a little barrier there about approaching the sales manager, or asking questions, or talking about situations they have coming up with calls with clients later. They don't approach, they don't make the conversation, they feel a little scowled upon for the whole day. It brings down the sales team's energy, and that affects the sales close rate for the entire day. Versus a sales manager coming in, open, engaged, inviting people to come to him or her and talk and bring their problems and talk through potential calls and feel good and inspired for the day. And a lot of people think that the answer to that is just for the sales manager to strap on some armor at the beginning of the day and say, okay, everybody, let's go, encouragement, encouragement, encouragement. And then it doesn't work. Why not? Because the sales manager is bringing in energy that creates a physical way of being from other things in his or her life. They're coming in the morning having just had an argument with their spouse or with their kids, or they've got some physical pain going on in their body, or some medical news going on, or some financial stress in their own life, or their in-laws are staying with them for a couple of months, or their kids are back from college and the house is too crowded, or there's problems at the house, they need to have termites taken care of, or whatever it is. They have something going on in their life that's creating what I call context, thoughts and feelings inside them. And all of that energy is coming through their body without their awareness. So even though they might say, okay, let's go everybody, let's work, the energy of all of that is really what's sending the message to everyone, and it's destroying the potential for a successful day. And the FAST way talks about how you can become aware of that and then intentionally change how you're thinking and feeling about yourself in any moment that you're walking in to create a different physical presence as you walk into it that creates a different interaction with people around you and different results in those relationships and in the opportunities that it creates. So that same sales manager may drive up to the office in the morning and stop and say, I don't feel right now. I feel low energy. I feel angry. I feel irritated. Why? And go through their life and figure out, oh, it's this thing, it's this thing, it's this thing, it's that thing. Those things are all creating in me the energy of irritated and frustrated. And look, I can even feel it on my voice. I say irritated and frustrated. My face goes like this. That's what they're bringing into the office. But when they stop and they say, hey, I'm going to create a new context. I'm going to create the context of, pick it, there's a million of them. I'm going to create the context of supporting my sales staff. I'm going to create the context of doubling the client's benefit that comes from buying our product today. I'm going to create the context of everybody's going to Hawaii when we finish this. Whatever it is, all of those things, they instantly, you see it, I say everyone's going to Hawaii. It changes my face. When we change how we think and feel in the moment, it changes our body. It changes our thoughts. Literally, as they walk through that door, instead of being driven by all the negative energy of whatever's going on in their life and having that come across to their sales staff who go, oh, I don't want to approach the boss right now with this thing. I'll just deal with it on my own. But dealing with it on their own isn't going to produce the result that they want. So that sale gets lost. The boss has come through in a way that says, hey, everybody, I am approachable. Whatever it is in my life that's a problem, I've left it at the door and I've come through and I'm here. Let's talk about how to make this a great day. That 1 minute from the door to the office can change the entire day. But it starts with that sales manager understanding how they're bringing the energy of outside situations into the room in the morning and how to change that energy inside them so it comes through his or her body differently and creates a different immediate moment with their entire sales team to create different results for the entire day. That's how the FAST way works with a sales manager. And then how does it work with a team? So let's talk about a sales team who's getting on a phone call with a client. And let's say that, or in person, maybe it's a storefront where the client comes in to sell. And let's say that person who comes in or is on the phone is in a bad mood. The client you've called today is in a bad mood. They're in a bad mood, not you, the other person. But as soon as you say, hey, it's Joe from wherever you're calling from, or Sally from wherever you're calling from to talk about whatever this deal is, the client at the other end goes, well, it's just not a good time. How does that get into the salesperson? Do they cower in response? Do they get angry in response? If they're in person, do their eyes roll? Oh, here we go. And does the potential client see that on them? Do they lean back in the chair and close their arms and close off the relationship? Do they glance at their computer screen? Do they visibly huff? All right, well, I've tried to talk to you a couple of times. Are they on the defensive? How is somebody else's energy affecting them such that it comes back and reflects back to that client and closes down opportunities to create a sale? And how can that salesperson in that moment recognize that negative energy in a client and still say to themselves, well, I might of my own natural way default to this behavior that I've seen in me in the past, but because I'm now becoming aware of and intentional about how I think and feel in every moment, and that awareness and intentionality, my thoughts and feelings can come through my body in a different way, I can hear that negativity in the client as soon as it happens, let it go, reconnect to my context of supportive and encouraging and professional, come back to the client in a way that's receptive to their mood without mirroring their mood, and say something like, hey, I really understand that you're in a bad mood at the moment. How can I help you make it better? How can you ask questions to let them express their mood? How can you take the moment to just be a person there for somebody else to be human with and get through where they are, to move into a sales conversation that might otherwise fall apart if you as a salesperson react to their energy and mirror it back to them and let that drive the conversation. Those are just a couple of examples of many, many about how being intentional about how you think and feel and speak and act in any moment can change the energy of a moment instantly and recreate the path of that moment towards success instead of away from it. I'd love to go into more detail with you. Email me at ken@breakthroughleadershiptraining.com and let's talk about how I bring the FAST way to your sales teams, to your management teams, to your leadership teams as one-to-one coaching, as team trainings, as ongoing team courses, and through the FAST Way self-guided video course. Until then, have a great day.